Hey, I'm Draco, and I'm continuing my playthrough of Jurassic World Evolution. And yeah, when we last left off, I was pretty much on this island. I did a few missions, not too much extensive, like I was building out this a lot more. But now we can begin with the main missions. As you can see here, I built, this is kind of what I always say, like don't get me wrong, we will be doing something with all this area, and this little road will not stay the way it is. It'll probably like go along the back and maybe out this, like down that way. But for now it's just like this because like I can always get the main missions done like before I get heavy into the park creation. That way I just find that better because if you do the main missions, that way when you actually finish all three, it means you have free reign to design the rest of the island however you want without needing to fix stuff up. So we shall go into the main missions. And we have all three unlocked. I did make sure I got them all unlocked before we started. Now, I think we'll do the... probably not the Trodon one. Oh! Yeah, actually we'll do the Trodon one first.
Excellent. The security division needs more people
So
with your
now...
skill set.
is it... Oh no, it's up here, that's right. Now, the Trodon and the... I think it's all on the Titan, or that's in the science mission. You can't access them until you start this mission, so I had to wait till the recording until even go get their fossils. So we'll just be going to do that for a little bit. As you can see here, I have designed it to be like a perfect enclosure for our testing, and I'll be keeping this probably for the herbivore exhibit, like for the bigger herbivore like collection exhibit. These won't stay here. Like I've got this section on its own, has its own power station. It has the its own ACU team and ranger station, which is what I told you. I think I told you in one of the previous episodes, but you can have one of each, like more than one of each of these. So put one of each of them over here, so that way they can easily respond to whatever happened. You got a medium power station. You have literally everything there. I put viewing galleries on there anyway, even though I don't need to until I actually make an exhibit, but at least this, I always design an enclosure to have them first.
A contract just landed
No, right. Because these help you like know exactly how far away you can make your enclosure, because these have a good range of view. But if you're building pens so big that they're going way outside how far these things can reach, unless you're having a centerized enclosure where you can view it from all the way around, you're going to have a really big problem, because there's a lot of chances where dinosaurs can, like say if this pen was double the size and there was a bigger chunk out here. If I didn't have viewing galleries over there to check that, and dinosaurs all went that way, it would start to make people cranky because, well, then they can't see the dinosaurs. God, the Dr. Wu I have done once on here in my, just having fun for when it first came out. I've done it once on PC, and that's about it. Just because, like, I bought most of the DLCs a little, like probably like a month or two before I even thought about doing it for a playthrough for the channel. And then people actually wanted to see it, which was surprising. But then again, I'm quite happy for that, because at least I get to have a lot of fun with one of my favourite topics, which is dinosaurs. But no, like I'll be doing a lot more with this area once the main missions is over. Yeah, this itself also might get a change at some point. I don't know, or at least at bare minimum that will be moved a little bit, so that way I can still put like restaurants and stuff here, so that way these these four will not be as cranky. Like probably like move that, like angle it a different way, or move it in a way that allows me to have more freedom. But no, with these guys, I've given them all the bells and whistles, so that way they are able to respond to any trouble that happens, and there's going to be trouble. You cranky shit. Beat the living crap out of them and just like, yeah, I'm gonna take a nap now. So now I've got, and yeah, as you can see, I've got three contracts lined up that will all pretty much work with our current missions, or mission at the moment. I just need the bloody Trodon fossil to hurry the hell up. Yeah, I can't add. That's it. The only thing is I can't add the upgrade to speed up fossil gathering here. But what can you do? Okay, now we can actually get to where we want to go. So now, I'll incubate 3 of them. Now, where are they? There they are. If I change any of the skin, I'll just leave them as the basic skin. And just to show you what I've done, I have given them 3 mutation genes. So literally on the resilience one and the lifespan one is the same thing, which is the immune response, which literally ups how long they live, and of course the social, which is what now, instead of normally you'd have to have 4 Trodons in one enclosure to have them happy, and by putting that on, now I only need 3, which makes things a lot easier and will come in like that, and the more advanced version will come in handy later on in dealing with things like the Dino-Nycus, which will be something that we have to deal with on the map straight after this one, which is the 3rd main mission island, like the main story one. So one thing I should do is operations. No. Now I have put herbal feeders in there for now. Normally I wouldn't, but I'm hoping that we get between this episode and the next episode we breeze through all 3 main missions. So I'll put in them like these in there anyway. So there's 4 herbal feeders, but I need, now that I know that the carnival's on their way, I'll put 1 carnivore feeder. And instead of using the goat one, I'll use the meat one just in case. Because the sources that are fine, but I don't know if it was just a weird glitch, but the Trodons there was a time where they acted similar to how some of the dinosaurs did in the Return of Jurassic Park DLC, where the goats were just being ignored, and they would only eat if I put a actual meat eater down, like a meat feeder. So putting that down just to save ourselves a headache in case that happens again. Nice.
I have a special assignment for you, now that you have the specimen in a suitable enclosure. You're going to have a ranger team medicate the animals with a formula of my own making. However, Instead of medicine, this injection is going to amp them up. Cause them to act in ways that override
I wish we
their
could
instinctive
get, okay, that's probably the best we're going to get, because I wish we could be seeing
Once
this in
this
better light,
happens,
but of course the game decides now it's going to turn
I
to be at
suspect there
night.
may be a handful for a bit.
Because I don't know.
However, I'm
Scenery,
sure the
yay.
security division and you
Oh
should
yeah, I
be
should
up
probably
to the
check
challenge.
there. Grassland and forest, yeah, everything is good, and with 3 of them now, their population is good. Well, their social, sorry. Alright, so now
It says here that the
we have to
Trodon had one of the largest brains for body size of
drive
any
into
dinosaur,
this.
making it intelligent and deadly. Just like my second wife.
You did good work out there with that contract. That's how we do. Am I right?
Alright, so now what's going to happen is pretty much
Get agitated.
that one's going to be a cranky
And
pants.
it is, Sheriff. I've seen
Just
a lot
because,
of
like,
done
the
multitude of
Dr.
times.
Wu had, like, he'll explain it a bit, but apparently he has replaced our darts that normally would calm the dinosaurs down and replaced it with a formula that pisses them off. So that thing's gonna start breaking out. Yep, they're already starting. This is also another reason why it's good to build, like, whatever enclosure you're using for your main missions. It's also a reason why it's good to build it off like this, where it's like away from everyone else, because it means that you can deal with all of the annoyances of whatever dinosaurs are breaking out without worrying about, like, in case you're worried about lawsuits and stuff like that, because, well, frankly, as you can see by maybe, like, there's tiny a few people here, majority of the people won't even be close to here. Because right now there's no actual kind of attractions here to be interested in. Like, there's dinosaurs, sure, but there's no restaurants or anything like that. There's no hotels, no nothing. There's not a lot of things that would draw people to this one location isn't here. So a lot of people would, like, not really care too much. I also don't know if it's true, but one thing I have noticed is I think that even though you can connect a path like this, I believe a lot less people come to enclosures like this if they can't walk there as well. I'm going to be testing that at one point, but yeah. Like, yeah, with the way this is, it's probably going to be like only maybe maximum of like 5, maybe 10 people across this entire pathway. So the likelihood of us getting massive lawsuits is basically none. Oh, the people are kept out of harm's way while we do our experiments. Well, as Dr. Wu does his experiments and we play guinea pig. So you pretty much just have to keep Cranky Pants in the enclosure for 5 minutes. Well, 4 minutes and 9 seconds now.
Asset has been delivered.
And yeah, I don't know if I mentioned in a previous episode, I probably did, and I have a bad habit of repeating myself, so I do apologize for it. But yeah, if I haven't mentioned it already, I will mention that actually, I'll probably introduce another Trodons, that way if that one ever breaks out while I'm getting it back in, the others will stay happy. But I will mention that in the sense of missions like this, you cannot just like trank a dinosaur that needs to be enclosed and then just have that be the way that you deal with them. Simply for the fact is, well, yeah, they'll be in the enclosure, but unless, like, if they kind of remain inactive for more than 5 seconds, like, not just idle animations, but like, if a dinosaur is unconscious via darts for any length of time, they won't register as being enclosed, so the timer will stop. There'll be some times where you'll get a bug where it keeps going, but most of the time it won't. The other thing to make sure that you remember is that while a dino is tranquilized, or if like any of the dinosaurs that are tranquilized, they won't stay healthy 100% because their food and water will go down. So that's just something to keep in mind. Like,
I've seen some interesting opportunities come my way since
it won't happen straight away.
which I now offer you.
Yeah, sure. It won't happen straight away, but yeah, it is a danger that if you are doing stuff and you tranquilize a dinosaur, there's always a chance that you can forget about him if like you get super distracted, especially on islands 4 and 5. But if you don't go and wake that dinosaur back up by moving him somewhere or selling him, they're going to have eventually their food and water's going to go down. Eventually, so will their health, and they will die. Yeah, as a thought. See, these guys won't get cranky easily, so technically I shouldn't need to create another one to keep them happy while every time he breaks out to move him back in. But this is kind of like just making sure. Because I want to make sure they're happy. Aren't you cute? Cute little ball of death. Oh wait, that's right. Wait, you're number 1, so I'll have to wait till you land because I've got to give you 4 names. I know what I'm naming this one. The moment it lands, I know what I'm naming it. It's gonna sound silly, but I don't care. Cranky Joe. Well, I could find one. Alright, now we've got Lady Spice. Jolene, I think that's how it's spelled. Or at least that's how it's pronounced. And because it's on the list, it's on the list, so why not? Banana Split. So you got Cranky Joe, Lady Spice, Jolene, and Banana Split. Oh. That one doesn't even just yet, but yeah.
Setting additional task.
Oh, Cranky Joe's out again.
Acknowledged.
I'll deal with you in a sec.
Adding task.
Attending to repair request.
And see, this is the reason why they're built so close to here for while I'm doing the main missions. Oh, we got a second one? Hold on. Who else broke out? But yeah, it's like, because carnivores especially, if there's a hole in the fence, they like as you saw when the first time he broke out, you saw that the others didn't really care, but they, as you can see right now, there's, especially with carnivores, if there is a gate open, there's kind of like a random chance, like it's literally just a random coin flip whether the Trodon's going to register, or the carnivore in general is going to register that there is a gate, or there's a hole in the fence, or there's a gate open, and they'll run out. Once they realize that, they will bolt for it, and then like you'll have more trouble. So when you're doing a main mission like this, it's the reason why it's good to have one of these, like especially from third island onwards. It's the reason why building these right next to a separated enclosure for your main missions is great, because it allows you to have your vehicles literally able to respond to fence breaks and feed resupplies in seconds, and allows your ACU team to be there straight away, so you can literally choose through how long you have to go through the main mission within like a few moments. Do I need... I'm pretty much waiting for that to need to resupply before I do. And then yeah, before the next main mission, I will be checking the feeders around the other parts of the island, because I made sure they were fed before we got to this part. But it has been a while. I won't use that just yet, because I'll just take away almost all of our money, except for like 700,000. And although that's still a lot of money, I do not want to risk it. Alright, there you go. What are you up to, Cranky Joe? Yeah, literally, I only have to keep him in here for like 25 more seconds, so I'm good. You just behave for like those few moments? Nope. Nope, you're going back to the fence. Yep, you're going right back. Wait, 2, 1, 0.
Mr. Lambert, for reasons I cannot disclose at this time, I needed to study these animals in a highly agitated state. I had the ranger team's darts replaced with a special formula of my own making. Consider it an accomplishment that you were both able to handle the situation without being previously informed.
I don't like being used, but in my line of work, you come to tolerate it. I'll chalk this one up to being part of the job. That said, I don't like being left in the dark, especially when my life is at stake.
Yeah, he didn't like that one that much. No. Back off with that. Alright, so now we're... yeah, we got some time. We should have enough time to do it. And we'll do that later. Alright, so first things first, normally there's a lot of times that, especially in these cases, I would leave the small carnivores in, because if they're going in with, like, anything below a raptor, I would probably leave in with herbivores, because I don't see them often attacking the huge herbivores, especially the ones that we're going to be using for the next mission, or like one of the next two missions. But these guys especially, their poison bite can cause an issue, because there's no cure, as far as I saw last time I played the game. There's no cure for their little poison bite. So sadly enough, I'm gonna send Cranky Joe and the rest of them off somewhere, probably to, I'm hoping they go to Sanctuary.
Setting to pick up the asset.
That way they can run free and poison anyone that they wish. Howdy. Come on, people! It's standing still, and you're hitting in a circle around it.
Asset in transit.
Wow, you guys suck. Like, really suck.
In the air.
Oh my god.
Collecting asset.
Finally. Who taught you guys to shoot? Didn't I give you guys good, like, upgrades? Fuck off. Accuracy, okay, so you're only on 1, but you still should have some accuracy. Come on, people. Alright, so... the other 2 missions. Can we do another one this mission or not?
Asset transit.
That'll take some time, and the other one took a lot of time. Okay, so like being that yeah, the other 2, if it wasn't for the fact that you all landed to Titan, would take a god awful long time just because of getting the DNA points for it. I would have suggested we can do that right now, and then we have 1 mission next. But we don't have the ability for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this episode here. So we've done... This will be a kind of shorter episode because, like, again, there was a bit of waiting that I'll be cutting out. So, like, to be honest, like, if at some point someone messages, like, the people that actually, like, people that enjoy watching me play this, if they message me saying that they don't mind watching the drawn out waiting bits that usually get quite dull, I'm happy to leave them in. I cut them out simply for the fact is I know a lot of people can be turned away from, like, just idle chat as, like, like nothing happens because you're waiting for stuff. So that's just, like, if people want me to add it in later, like later episodes, actually to start leaving that in, like, if I get enough comments for that I will, but for now I don't see, like, the value to do that, simply for the fact is I want to make sure it's, like, I find all this entertaining, but for you guys I want to make sure that I'm not just having you guys sit here through it. So that's up to you guys. Next episode I'll be literally doing both the two other main missions. So I'll start with the entertainment one and then go to science, because the science one will take a little bit longer than the entertainment. But for now, my friends, I hope you enjoyed the video so far. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, check out the videos, and we shall see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.